devising an experiment to test if this is a real phenomenon or a simple machine error. Initial things first, our experiment setup will first pair a small black hole core with a small white hole core to mimic the setup on White Hole Station. Ramy, hypothesis. It is possible for an object to exit the white hole before entering the corresponding black hole. In theory, what we want to try to reproduce is a negative amount of time elapsing between something entering the black hole and exiting the white hole at its destination. Which, again, physicists would tell you is completely impossible. Technically, they're right. But again, this is a video game, so good stuff. Ramy, an update. Our experiment here has produced the anomaly in arrival and departure times, but Pi is unconvinced that it's more than an equipment error. I hope to strengthen the effect to render it visible to the unaided eyes. To that end, we've decided to try adding more energy. I imagine the Sunless City's energy supply should prove sufficient. All available energy has been rerouted from the city to our experiment. Ramy and I are about to run a new test. Hypothesis confirmed. Hypothesis confirmed. I saw it, Pi saw it, hypothesis confirmed. This is beyond extraordinary. This changes everything. What a beautiful day for the intersection of abstract theory and practical application. Pi, of note, Ramy, Yarrow requests that we let him know before we reroute energy to the experiment. I'd hate to leave him in the dark. Ramy, the Southern Observatory is asking if creating a 22-minute interval is possible. That is, to have something arrive 22 minutes before it is actually sent through the warp. We have learned that the negative interval of time between departure and arrival can be increased by adding more energy to the warp core. Problematically, the energy required to extend the interval increases at an exponential rate. Hypothesis, creating a 22-minute long interval is possible, but we are currently unable to generate the necessary energy. The energy is currently available, you say. Oh, you're a gas, Pi. My pun was intended, Ramy, so I believe it's you who is aeriform. Pi, Ramy and I believe it would be necessary to invent a new method of producing energy, a thrilling but enormous undertaking. We would also require advanced warp technology to be able to handle such energy. We would also likely need an enormous space to fit these proposed new energy and warp technologies together. The only location large enough would be Ash Twin. Alright, so we can come over here. Here we see something that looks like a sun, and this tower, which kind of like has a, almost like a sunbeams coming off the sides. Here, this looks like Ash and Ember Twin. I would imagine that this is Brittle Hollow. Don't know what all the blobs around it are, but anyway. Unless that's it. Okay, that's Giant's Deep. That one's obvious. Dark Bramble is not included. So that's probably Timber Hearth, now that I'm thinking about it. It's more trees. And this should be Brittle Hollow? Maybe? No, we'll see how it goes. Wait a minute, got another skull. Nope. Pi, the Ash Twin project will be one of our biggest undertakings, metaphorically and physically. To build it, we need a way to travel quickly between Ash Twin and each location that holds crucial project materials. Route. What if we use the warp towers, like the one we have on the White Hole Station, to connect Ash Twin directly to each critical location? Yarrow. Of note, each tower on Ash Twin will warp to a different planet. My gratitude to those who notice my imprecise language. Yes, the sun is not a planet. I believe this has been sufficiently clarified. Kindly stop reminding me. Flux. We can design each tower visually to reflect its warp destination. The Giant's Deep Tower, for instance, could resemble a cyclone. The Timber Hearth Tower could be after a geyser mountain. Okay. Clary. Poke, Root, and I can begin work on this immediately at the Black Hole Forge. This will keep us busy. Okay, so there is also now some place called the Black Hole Forge. Should be a good place to check out later. Okay, and now we are back at the top entrance to the high energy lab. So we were already here before. There's our ship. 262 meters. Alright, let's not go into orbit. Uh-oh. We went into orbit. I don't know how far the sand has gotten in relation to the city, but I think it's probably far enough that I would rather go to Ash Twin and check stuff out. Yeah. Nope, nope. That is not where I wanted to be. There we go. I should have done that. Okay, so we can set down here. Check out destinations. Alright, full fuel, full oxygen. So here we have Giant's Deep. Again, looks like a bit of a cyclone here. Oops. Oh dear. Stand on the black hole platform. When Giant's Deep crosses our field of view, that should be when I warp. Right, and here we are. Departure time 863.72805. Arrival time 863.72804. Return warp status charge. Step onto the warp receiver platform to reactivate return warp. Nope. Okay. Let's sort of bunny hop this. It doesn't always work, but. Alright, so we're back here. If we go the other way, keep going in this direction. Ouch. Yeah, alright. Some time has passed since I checked in with you, Pi. How are you and Idea progressing with the Sun Station plans? Presently, my assessment is that our plan will either fail explosively or succeed explosively. Pi, you know I don't find that funny. How curious, Raimi thinks I'm a gas, and I don't recall requesting that you monitor this conversation idea. I don't see what state of matter you are has to do with this, and I don't recall supporting the Sun Station's constructions, but here we are. Yarrow, hypothesis. Time spent away from the station would be beneficial to you both. I'm immensely interested in testing your hypothesis, Hero. We may have done this last time. That at least we can agree on. Okay, so we've got some problems here. Just a few. Alright, so we're going to keep going. Hang on. Oh, that's how to get there. Right, okay. Right, so we are stuck. We're not able to get to that location. Right, and this should be Ash, Ember. This should be Ember Twin, which we're standing on, so I'm not exactly sure where this is going to warp us anymore. I actually have no idea this time. Sure hope I'm not wasting time here. Just to make sure this isn't going to pick me up. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. Well, nuts. Nope, nope, nope. Do not consent. Okay, so actually this should be Ember Twin, but it's not going to be pretty. So that means this one should be Ash Twin, in theory. Just literally where I just was. Ship. That should be Brittle Hollow. I'm not sure I want to really warp there. Oop, oh dear. It's one of the other problems with this particular planet. Okay. There we go. Alright, there's the core. Oh dear. As always, arrival time 12:44, 17804, arrival 178. Doesn't matter. Black hole forage left 30 meters. So if we can get to Brittle Hollow's warp station, then we end up with a very nice way to get in to the black hole forge. Warning, be cautious near boarding area while the black hole forge is in operation. So one of the problems with this is we're actually on the ceiling, and if you break, you can actually you can actually fall directly into the white or black hole, come out the white hole. And now we've got nothing but to wait. Yes, and my thank yous at the beginning, I forgot Psyche this time. Having a good day. So Psyche is another streamer you should totally follow. And she did a run of Outer Wilds last year, and felt much the same way I did about this, that it was just a brilliant game. Everybody should play it. After a while, this does become a little routine. There we go. Zero it out and select autopilot. You do have to watch out for watch out for Ash Twin here. So if we are getting too close to it, you can always abort autopilot and then come in manually. It's not always the best idea, but oops. Alright, can park up here and then drop in to the little secret way in. Right there. have a ton of time to go and do this. We've already gone into the high energy lab. Now we can go to the next one down, which is the... let's see, high energy lab trailhead. Number 2. Nope. Stepping stone, so we want to go to number 3, anglerfish overlook. Throw a lamp into his head. And then go to stepping stone. Okay. Now that he's there, we leave it where it is. Do not retrieve the scout. Leave it where it is. It's hard for some people. We're going to drop down to the next one. Keep tripping over cairns. That's fun. Yep, stepping stone cave. And now we're going to look for the light. So the light that I've dropped into the anglerfish's mouth should be visible there. Oops, maybe not. Was that it? Ouch. Ah, there we go. Alright, recharge. And then we'll go for a jump here. Supercharged. Okay. Kid's writing again. Levy, whoever it was when we ended last time is the anglerfish. Levy, rule change. The anglerfish now has to wear a blindfold and do not peek. Levy, the rest of us, the little fish, line up against one wall, and then the anglerfish says go. The little fish sneak across to the other side. If the anglerfish catches you, you're eaten. Last little fish to be caught is the new anglerfish. The old anglerfish gives the new anglerfish the blindfold and becomes the little fish. A little fish. Lamey, why are we changing it? It's too hard if you can't see anything. Aunt Pie says real anglerfish are blind, so you have to wear a blindfold. The rule stands. Ilex, rule update. It's okay if younger kids don't wear the blindfold when they're it. The rest of us still have to wear it for scientific accuracy and to make the game more even. Right, notice that now there is also a elevator here. Oops. Good thing I missed it. Malore, anglerfish study. The long growth protruding from its head is bioluminescent. Perhaps it used this growth to attract prey as a lure? Coleus, an update. Malore, while I was here making sketches of the anglerfish, I observed the children I saw earlier playing here again. They've added a rule to their game that incorporates our research. It's wonderful. I'm entirely delighted. It's never too early to appreciate biology. Coleus, the anglerfish's digestive tract suggests death by starvation. Malore, visually, the specimen appears to be of the same species as the anglerfish in Dark Bramble. We don't believe it originated from this planet. Okay, so it does end in this chamber. Good. Alright, and then we are back on the surface. Alright, we're going to go update logs and see what else it is that we should look at on this planet. If not, we will head over to Ash Twin and check out the other locations. Possibly also check out the Black Hole Forge again, since we only barely got there in time. A Nomai city suspended beneath Brittle Hollow's northern glacier. The city is divided vertically into 4 districts. No, my children used to play a game here. One player was the anglerfish and blindfolded the rest of the children. Little fish lined up against a wall. When the anglerfish said go, the little fish had to sneak across to the other side. Blindfold was added because real anglerfish are blind. The adult Nomai were delighted to see children incorporate their research into the game's rules. The Nomai built something called the Sun Station, but not everyone supported its construction. Designs for each of the towers on Ash Twin's equator. Each tower warps to a different planet, although many Nomai were quick to note that the Sun is not actually a planet. Each tower was designed to visually reflect its warp destination. The towers allowed the Nomai to quickly travel between Ash Twin and all other locations crucial to the Ash Twin project. The Nomai plan to construct technology capable of producing a 22-minute negative time interval on Ash Twin. The Nomai successfully reproduced a temporal anomaly first observed at the White Hole Station. Warped objects appear to arrive before they depart. The Nomai discovered they could increase the negative time interval between arrival and departure by adding energy to the warp cores. The Nomai wanted to know if 22-minute time interval was possible. They concluded it would require new technology to produce the necessary energy as well as an advanced warp core to handle these energies. Ash Twin was the proposed location for the project. Subsurface energy readings. The shuttle's equipment heard strange energy readings coming from somewhere beneath the surface of the interloper, the comet. Two of the Nomai located a fissure in the ice on the interloper's sunward side. They descended inside to investigate. The Nomai landed on the interloper not long after its arrival in the solar system. The shuttle's equipment heard strange energy readings coming from somewhere beneath the surface. Clary, the Nomai who stayed behind, lost contact with the other two after they descended below the interloper's surface. I recalled a Nomai shuttle from the interloper. Okay. So we'll head on over to Ash Twin again, refuel. And let's try the Sun Station. Alright, it's gonna be a while. Let's back off a little bit. Oops. Ouch. Okay, we're good. Get to that location.